Good morning and Jai Hind dear students. Today I am going to start the first module which is related to the chapter Wind, Storms and Cyclones. So let's begin. Before we start with this topic, we all know that atmosphere is made up of different layers. And what is atmosphere? The cover of air surrounding the earth is called atmosphere, and it extends from the earth's surface to about 1000 kilometers. So here you can observe the different layers of these atmosphere, starting from the first layer. The first layer, which is near to the earth's surface, is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. So these are the main layers of the atmosphere. Now 99% of the atmospheric is present within 40 kilometers from the earth's surface. Coming to the first layer, troposphere. Most of the atmospheric air is present in troposphere. Now troposphere mainly consists of nitrogen, which is around 78%, oxygen, which is around 20.9%, or we can say approximately 21%, and 0.03% of carbon dioxide and water vapor. Now the thickness of the troposphere changes from about 8 km to over poles to about 16 km over the equators. Then coming to the second layer, stratosphere. Stratosphere is the layer of atmosphere above the troposphere up to a height of about 50 km. In stratosphere, there is very little water vapor, and most of the supersonic jets like fighter aircraft, they fly in this region. And the temperature of stratosphere is higher than that of the troposphere and remains nearly constant up to the height of 25 km. When we talk about one of the protective layer, which is also called the ozone layer lies in the central zone of the stratosphere, and ozone layer protects all living organisms from the harmful ultraviolet radiations which comes along with the sun rays. Then coming to the third layer, which is the mesosphere. Mesosphere extends from the height of 50 km to about 80 km, and in mesosphere the air is very thin and the temperature falls to about minus 85 degrees Celsius. That is a pretty low temperature at a height of about 80 km from the earth. Next layer, which is the thermosphere, and above the mesosphere lies thermosphere, and in thermosphere temperature increases with altitude. Then coming to the next topic, air exerts pressure, which is atmospheric pressure. We all know that earth is surrounded by a thick cover of air which is called atmosphere, and air exerts force on the earth due to its weight. As a result, every object on the earth is pressed by a pressure equal to the weight of the air acting on a unit area. So the pressure exerted by the air at any point on the earth is called atmospheric pressure at that point. In simple terms, when we talk about only pressure is the force acting per unit area. So the pressure exerted by the air at any point on the earth is called the atmospheric pressure at that point. A simple activity: why a tin can with hot water, when cooled down with fresh water, distorts or changes its shape? The reason can be, as you can see here in the diagram, as fresh water is poured over the hot can, the steam in the can, it condenses and it gets converted into water. This results in reducing the amount of air that is present in water. The pressure of the air outside the can becomes more than the pressure of the air inside the can, and this results in compressing of the can. Therefore, it is proof that air exerts pressure. Similarly, the same principle is also applied when we sip cold drink through, or when we drink cold drink through a hollow straw, or when we fill air into cycle, scooter or car tubes. Now the next question is, what causes air pressure? We all know that the earth is completely surrounded by a layer of air. The gravity, which is also called the pull of the earth, it pulls the molecules of the air and other atmospheric gases downwards towards the ground. The upper layers of the atmosphere rest on the lower layers, exerting pressure on the surface of the earth. Now, air is readily compressible. It can be compressed, being a gas. The lowest layer is the most compressible and therefore it is the densest. With the increase in altitude, it means that if the height increases or the altitude increases, both the density and the pressure decreases rapidly. Why air pressure is so important? Air pressure is important for the following reasons. It creates winds. When air moves, it becomes wind, and the difference in the atmospheric pressure gives rise to the wind system of the earth. Second, we can say it influences weather. Changes in weather are related to the changes in the atmospheric pressure, and air movement upward and downward caused due to difference in the pressure creates cloudy and clear skies, and it brings rain or fine weather. So somewhere air pressure is playing a very pivotal role in altering the or influencing the weather. It also helps in weather forecasting. Changes in air pressure give important clues for forecasting weather. Then coming to movement of air. Blowing or moving air is called wind. Wind is nothing but it is a moving air. An air that moves with a speed or blows with a speed is wind. Speed of wind can vary. It can be very slow also, ranging from 5 to 10 kilometer, or it can be 700 to 800 kilometer per hour, which takes the form of tornado. The speed and direction of wind can be affected by following factors like location of the earth, rotation of the earth, local conditions, height from the ground. These are some of the factors which can influence the speed and direction of the wind. Air expands on heating. Air being a gas shows the property of expansion when it is heated. The molecules in gases or in air, they are widely separated from each other, as a result of which the force of attraction between the individual molecules is very less. So we say gases expand more on heating as compared to liquids and solids. For example, when a chapati is being made, it inflates up when heated. The air-steam mixture inside the pores of the warm chapati expands and makes the chapati rise up, and sometimes the air-steam mixture expands too much and makes the chapati burst. Coming to the next slide, this is an activity which you all can go, which has been given in your book to show that air expands on heating. You can have a look at this activity by going into your book. Now coming to the next slide, warm air is lighter than cold air. Now have we ever wondered why smoke coming out of the chimney always rises up into the air? Since air, including all gases, they expand on heating, and due to heating it occupies more space or volume. As a result, its density decreases and it becomes lighter. If the volume increases, the density will decrease. Now since the air is expanding, it occupies more space, its volume is increasing, obviously its density decreases and it becomes lighter. Hence, warm air is lighter than cold air. Effects of air pressure. Now, what can be the effects of air pressure? Winds are caused due to difference in air pressure. This we have to keep in mind. Wind blows because of difference in air pressure. We all know warm air is lighter, it is less denser, and as it rises it cools, because when it will rise, as the altitude increases, the temperature also goes down. It cools and it spreads. Once it is cooled, the air starts moving back to the earth. The region from where the air rises creates an area of low pressure. The region from where the air sinks, an area of high pressure is created. Since the atmosphere constantly works to restore a balance, air moves from an area of high pressure to an area of low pressure. And this movement of air is known as wind. As you can see here in the diagram, the cold sinking air creates an area of high pressure, and the warm, less denser, lighter air, which is rising up, it creates an area of low pressure. When warm air rises, it creates an area of low pressure. Eventually, the air cools and sinks towards the ground, forming areas of high pressure. Atmospheric pressure influences weather. Now, how it is influencing weather? See, upward movement of air causes cloudy, and the downward movement of air causes clear sky. As air rises and creates an area of low pressure, water vapor in it condenses to form clouds. What does it mean? The water vapor will condense, or it will change into tiny drops of water, which together again join to form clouds. Conversely, sinking air generally means that condensation cannot take place. Low pressure is therefore associated with cloudy skies and wet weather. High pressure is therefore associated with clear and sunny skies. How convection in air occurs? So you can see here the diagram. The sun rays which are coming from the sun, they warm the land, and as the land is warm, the air around the land, it also becomes heated. It becomes warm and lighter, becomes less dense, and therefore this warm air rises up. As it is rising up, then what happens? At a certain height or altitude, the air gets colder as you get higher into the atmosphere. Now this cool air, being now more denser, heavier, it again rushes downwards, that is, it sinks down, leading to the blowing of wind. Generation of wind currents due to uneven heating of the earth. Now there can be two situations where winds on earth generate. We say the wind currents generate because of uneven heating of the earth. At some place there will be more temperature, and at some place the temperature will be less. So we say that there is uneven heating. But here also there can be two situations. Uneven heating between the equator and poles causes north-south winds. Uneven heating of land and water causes monsoon winds on earth, which bring rainfall. We'll discuss this in detail in our next module, that is module 2. Hope you all will go through this module properly. Thank you. Jai Hind.